Hello everyone and welcome to another video on the channel. Today we are doing the start of our career mode in Williams on F1 2017. This is going to be my first video on this game, as you can probably tell. Like I said in the announcement video, I will be doing running through the championships mode, maybe another series if I have enough time, but career mode will be the main series, 1 or 2 episodes a week. This probably could have been out a few days ago, but technical difficulties and me not being home stopped me from making this video, but we're finally here with the video. You see they're making a separate save file for this career mod. You see here, making our character. It's going to pick one of the box standard ones. You see here, it's just obviously none of them look like me because these are all people in their 20s by the looks of things. I mean, that man, that's not. I'm gonna lose monetization if I talk about that. So yeah, moving on swiftly, we're gonna pick our helmet. I was gonna make my own, but the competition winners actually look like more official helmets. Well, not official obviously because they don't have sponsors or anything, but they do look like actual designs instead of just sending pieces of paper to a nursery and asking them to draw a helmet. See there, number 24. Putting our name in now. It's gone blurry because it doesn't actually record the Xbox typing thing, but yeah, Japan number 24 Britain, and putting the abbreviation in now, and we're going to register our details, head into career mode, and as you see here, going over to Williams. Their team objective is to lead the midfield, which is where Williams roughly are. As you can see there, they are 4th in the overall standings. That engine actually is probably one of the main reasons why they're so high. If you look at which you'll probably see later in the episode, the engine comparison, they're like 2nd, I believe, due to the fact that it's just Mercedes OP. As you can see there, full qualifying, 50%. I'll show you the assists I will be running. Actually, first we're going to change the tyre allocation to soft. Race setting, flashbacks on. Corner cutting regular, simulation damage, formation map is off. See there, assists, corner line and manual and suggested only. I was thinking of turning off line, but it's just too much to learn at this point. So yeah, hopefully you and guys enjoy the series. Like I said, it'll be 1 or 2 episodes a week, maybe a bit more if I can somehow manage that. There's a lot of editing to do, there's a lot of recording to do, but hopefully if I can put the time in, get enough time to do it, this will be maybe 3 episodes a week. But now it's time to go and meet Emma.
Yes, and I respect that, but my client has a championship to contest. So if you want our participation, I'm afraid the concessions are mandatory. Yes, that's fine. Get back to me when you can. Goodbye. No one ever just signs the contract. Anyway, thanks for coming by on such short notice. I just needed to cover a couple of quick things with you before you race. Firstly, as requested, there's a copy of your contract. It's a rolling deal. However, the team reserves right of termination if you fail to meet performance standards. You're second driver for now, but work hard, hit your targets, and I'll be able to sweeten the deal. I'm also looking to get you into some invitational events throughout the season. The experience and exposure from these will be great for your image. Plus, you'll get to drive some nice historic cars. Now then, go get ready for the next session, and good luck.
So as you can see there, that was us meeting Emma for the first time. She's basically told us about our contract, saying that if we don't deliver good results, we're going to get fired from the team. So as you see that little overview saying we're second driver, teammate to Felipe Massa, which is, we've seen all this already. He's the main screen. Obviously we don't have a rival yet, we get that just after qualifying. Engine management, obviously nothing on it. We've added a few new video tutorials, I believe, for people who aren't aware of it. There's at least 3 new more, I believe. But yeah, let's get right into practice 1. So as you can see here, we are in the garage for practice 1. The practice intro isn't in this video because I was told apparently that it's copyrighted or something. I thought that was the official graphics at the start, but apparently it's all of it. And I've heard a lot of different opinions. I asked on Twitter, I got yeses and nos from YouTubers as well, so I just decided to be safe and just not include it at all. But as you can see here, we're going on the first lap, almost losing the back end right at the final corner, which is something you'll probably see us do all weekend long. But we are starting the track acclimatization process thing, whatever you call it. This was actually my first, I think it was my first, yes, this was my first lap on the game since the beta, which ended 2 weeks before, I think it's a solid 2 weeks before. But either way, it felt quite normal getting back into it. Obviously, if you played F1 2016, it was going from full TC to no TC. But with this game, it isn't as hard to just jump in and play really, so I didn't find that as much of an issue as someone who would be going from 2017 back to 2016. But yeah, as you can see now, we're getting a purple score through all of the gates. We're about halfway through, losing the back end, wheel banging into the wall. I think that's quite similar to what Stroll did in FP2, I believe. I think Stroll did the same thing and knocked his wheel off. Oh, got a bit on the cheeky cross there. That's going to be on my mind forever now. I know for sure there was a Williams who hit that wall and knocked his tyre off. I think that was Bottas in the race. Let me know in the comments if you have any idea what I'm talking about. But as you can see now, we're coming to the end of our lap. 1 or 2 green scores, made a few mistakes here and there. But like I said, it was the first lap. I'm not going to continue to use that excuse. But yeah, just to clarify a few of those dodgy lines through the corners. That was our first lap. We met the target score and surpassed it really. Perfect score, purple, 50 resource points towards our resource trait, whatever you call it. As you can see there, everything almost perfect. And now we head on to the fuel management test. So as you can see here, we are at the start of the tyre wear program, coming around the final corner to get a purple score. Obviously, I think this was a bit harder to do in 2016 and 2017, but obviously with the lower tyre wear rate anyway, it was always going to be easier to do. And you'll see now we get a purple score and furthermore 50 resource points to add to the total amount. And we're going to go on to the fuel saving program right about now. So in my opinion, this is probably the hardest practice program. It requires so much different techniques, varying from short shifting to not go full throttle to maybe not use the DRS to save an extra bit of fuel. As you can see there, getting the green then red score on my first and second laps, just missing out on the results us getting a green score instead of purple. Only 30 resource points, but to be honest, that was 30 more than I expected I was going to get. So you know what, I'm happy with the 30 resource points. And as you can see there, we're about to move on to the qualifying pace program, which we are doing now. So this is going to give you an overall look as to how I drive with no assists. And yeah, this is basically how I'm going to drive for the race and qualifying, so I'll just let you guys enjoy this lap. So as you can see here, we are coming to the end of our qualifying lap. Managed to get a purple score first try. It wasn't too hard. I believe we built the delta by over a second. So that was even with no setup as well. Wasn't too hard really. See that I can't really see from here, it's a bit blurry, but I think that's a 25.4. On to the race strategy program. As you can see here, I didn't actually manage to get a purple score. Excuse me, for any of the 3 laps that I did, but I did get a green score, which only took me about 3 laps to get the overall purple score, which wasn't too bad. I believe I was getting 10 points per lap, and then I got a 20-point bonus out of nowhere. So that was nice, I guess. As you can see here, coming round for the final time to get another green score and overall 50 points, which takes us to 50 resource points on a full-on perfect purple score. And now, as you can see here, only managed to get 1 green, I think that is, and that was on the fuel saving. But overall, I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, almost every resource point earned, and now it's time to meet Chris in the engineer truck.
Ah, you got my message. Perfect. Welcome to home away from home. We get more real-time data from the factory now than ever before, and it all comes through here. So I have to spend more time checking over the reports and less time hunting you down in the hospitality suite. To that end, Sorry, just a sec. Yeah, Chris, is this important? I'm in the middle of something. Okay. Right. Well, that makes no sense. Have Sarah reset the simulation and run it again. Okay. Sorry about that. As I was saying, we've set up a desk for you at the front here. You can get onto the network from your laptop, so make sure to check the R&D screen regularly. And let us know how you want to use the data that we've collected over the weekend and through the practice programs. Also, bear in mind that the news from the factory won't always be good. Sometimes tests fail, like you've seen just now. And when that happens, we have to divert additional resources to fix it. C'est la vie, I'm afraid.
So as you can see here, we just met our engineer Chris for the first time. He's introduced us, as you can see there, to resource points, filled us in on everything that we need to know in terms of resource points, developing the car. Sometimes parts will fail. This is, I assume, where we're going to be doing most things on the laptop. As you can see here, we're doing the research and development. Here, we've got nothing on it. See here, we're actually seeing the tree for the first time. Williams actually been second in the powertrain, fourth or fifth, I believe, down there. And then come to the, I honestly can't read what these are. I think that's durability. I'm just gonna stop trying to read these because they're so small in this preview window that I can't see. But Williams tend to be, well, apart from the engine, which they're quite high and use that Mercedes, but in everything else they seem to be up there in like the top 5 or 6, so that kind of goes with the team objective as to why they want to lead the midfield. But as you can see there, we're getting 2 upgrades for the car. We was going to get this one, but we don't have enough resource points at the moment, I believe. So yeah, this is aerodynamics, hence why we're a bit further down, because Williams are known for their low drag, which is something that we're going to have to focus on and take into consideration when developing the car. You can see here we're actually going to improve one of the mini upgrades that you can get, but now it's time to head to qualifying.
Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. Looking at this field today, Ants, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance, maybe run the harder of the available compounds and save some of the grippy tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
So you join us here at the start of Q1, about to load the fuel for our first run and probably our only run that's going to be in Q1. Obviously I think that we're going to be able to breeze through Q1 and Q2. I think I'm predicting like an 8th place finish in qualifying 3 at least. I can't see us getting any higher than 6th really. I mean the top 6 are just unbreakable really. I mean Red Bulls, Ferraris, Mercedes, just the usual top 6 really. But as you can see here, results at the end of Q1, decided to skip to the end of it, if I can get my words out, because nothing interesting really happened. We just went out and did our lap, and we managed to get into Q2 with a total overall finish of 9th, I believe. As you can see here, same thing again with Q2, nothing happened, we just did a lap. And both Mercedes, well yes of course both Mercedes got through, but more importantly both Williams got through 7th and 9th, which means that we're going to have a double Williams in Q3, which is nice to see. As you see, we did our first banker lap, that put us 4th, well last of everyone that has done a lap so far. And now this is our last qualifying lap. This is all guns blazing, just absolutely go for it. I'd suggest closing your eyes now if you're James Maestro, because and for the left right chicane it's a bit horrific. But moving on, we come into turn 3 now. 3rd gear, making sure not to lock up into 4th, lifting just slightly, back on the full throttle. Don't even bother lifting through this corner in the dry at least, because the downforce you have is just insane. Into 4th, full throttle on exit, 5th, 6th, and then up into 7th. You want to go down to 4th or 3rd for this corner. It's really down to preference. Sometimes when I go into 3rd I get a snap of oversteer like you saw there, but sometimes it actually helps me to flow through the corner a bit better. But what you're about to see is absolutely disgusting. It's just, oh god, that's not nice to look at. But anyway, moving on from that disgusting corner cut, we're going to go down into 4th gear for this corner, managing the throttle. As soon as the car's straight, big snap of oversteer. You actually make sure until the car's straight to go full throttle. Downshift in mid corner for that one, down into 2nd, managing the throttle once again. Coming through the final corner, want to rev it a bit in 4th just to keep the power down and the traction completely safe. Up across the line, where's it going to be for the race? 5th? Wow, I mean we probably would have been like 7th without those 2 corner cuts, but to be 5th is quite a good job for us. Didn't expect to be 5th, Massa finishing 9th, Ricardo actually getting 10th, didn't even set a lap and got a 5-place grid penalty, so nice one Ricardo. But anyway, now it's time for the race. So we are here at the start of the race. I didn't want to show the official intro just to copyright reasons and stuff, but as you can see here we actually have a heavy rain start to this race. Gonna transition into light rain and then we're gonna have dry running at the end. I don't know how much dry running we're gonna get, I don't know how long it's gonna be till we need to switch to inters. Time will tell. If we have a safety car then we could have like a 10 lap sprint to the end on ultras or whatever. But yeah, one thing to point out, I am terrible in the rain. Well, heavy rain at least with no assists. I just cannot keep it on the track whatsoever. So this is going to be somewhat of an experience. You can see here I'm running default setup. I'm not that sweaty to have a setup by like under a week. Well, by the time this was recorded on the Friday of the game coming out, so you can see how lazy I am in terms of, well actually it wasn't me being lazy, it was Xbox Live not all uploading my clips, but I'll stop blaming other people. Yeah, we are here. I've give myself some extra fuel just preparing for what is going to be a terrible start. But as you can see here now, going to the race, we have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, lights out, and away we go, trying to get a good start, short shifting up to 3rd, still getting oversteer, up into 4th, still sliding, up into 5th now, 6th, trying to spot the racing line, but we can't. There's Bottas being pushed out wide, we just avoid him, and now Verstappen's put ahead of us. We've locked up, oh, we've gone to the side pod of him, and now we've got yellow wing damage, and that has left us on the back foot, coming into turn 3. But it looks like everyone else was actually slowed down by us making that mistake, as we actually broke on the grass, locked up, ran really wide, got a track extending warning, I believe, which was a bit stupid. I'm very lucky to not have more wing damage, and we're just fighting the car through that section, multiple changes of direction. One thing I have learned is curbs are absolutely lethal in this weather. It's just, it is really horrid. As you can see, they're losing the back end, just about catching it though. We are being pressured by the cars behind. I mean, we are, like I said, I am not the best driver in these conditions, and it's just showing massively here. Losing the back end again. We lose the car in the dry through there, so that's probably the best we could do in the wet. As you can see now, cutting to the end of lap 1 onto lap 2. We survived. Well, half of our front wing survived. Going opposite lock through turn 1, which is not what you want. Still saving the car through turn 2. And now we've got Bottas all over our rear end, not trying to... Oh, we have again. We've locked up, got onto the grass, almost into the gravel, and we've lost about 5 positions there, which is not ideal whatsoever. Checking, we still have no damage, but to be honest, we have took a bit of damage in terms of track position, losing 4 positions there. And yeah, that corner, we just cannot seem to get that corner right whatsoever, and still managing the throttle through that corner. It's a bit slidey there as we cut to turn 3 again. Let's see if we survive it this time. No, oh, just about got on the grass again, losing 2 more positions. Ocon try to fight back at him, but we just don't have the grip whatsoever, and he had much more momentum. And that is us into P11 from starting P5 in just a matter of 3 laps. So yeah, not the best of starts. I seriously cannot wait for the conditions to get better, because this is just horrific. Every lap just dropping down the field. If it carries on this route, oh, we've locked up again into the grass. I mean, that's it. Oh my god. We've lost 2 more positions. Kvyat has actually had a bit of a squirmy exit. He's squeezing us onto the grass almost, as we knows how we cope with the grass. As we go down the inside into turn 12 or 11. I think this is 11 and 12, I'm not too sure. Anyway, we get the move back on him for now, but he'll probably get us back at turn 3, knowing how reliable we lock up at that corner. As still locking up, missing the apex by miles, and Kvyat showing the red proximity arrow, not afraid to dive it down the inside. Going full on torpedo onto us, but thankfully we survived the torpedo for now, as we cut on to the start of lap 5. Making the same corner cut, cheeky, going opposite lock, still saving the car from turn 3. Just cannot manage the throttle for that corner, it just slides horribly. As we come into turn 3, will we survive turn 3? Yes, we actually have. Still multiple changes of direction through the corner, but we have actually managed to survive for now. So as you can see here, we are onto the grass again. Nothing new there really. Locking up onto the grass into Kvyat's path. What is he doing? And we've just got a red front wing from that. At the time, I was just fed up with this race already, so I wasn't gonna let that happen, so I did a cheeky flashback. Wasn't the best of flashbacks. For some reason I decided it was a good idea to press flashback, I can't say that word over and over again. But yeah, I decided to press X when I was on the grass, which was an interesting strategy call from me right there. But anyway, we still got Kvyat behind us, which is one less thing to worry about, I guess. I mean, still I can't see us keeping him behind for much longer. I mean, we just haven't hit apex since like 1974 because I just cannot drive in these conditions. I mean, look at that. The front tyres are like 20% more than the rears. That is unheard of when you use an OTC. That is just ridiculous. I mean, at some point I was considering turning on ABS, but it wasn't really worth it. On the grass again, full on opposite lock, just cannot control the car. Kvyat squeezes us off. We actually get the position back, but we do a cheeky little flashback here, as you will see right about now. Almost, there we go. And why we did this is because there was a strategy change to intermediate tyres. We actually get boned by Kvyat there, but it's worth it as we're probably going to be the first man in the entire field to pit onto a set of intermediates. Obviously you can say it's not a bit legit, but to be honest, after the race I was having, I couldn't be bothered to go around another lap, so yeah, I was completely not fed up. I couldn't wait for the conditions to get better. Hopefully we have much more pace on the intermediate tyres and then in the dries, but we're cutting to a crash here. We come out the pits just a few positions behind. We see Alonso go down the inside of Palmer. He's completely lost it, and there's just been a massive crash really. I don't know what was going on there. Alonso's just lost all his marbles, or probably because he's on the wet tyres actually. But yeah, that happened while in the pits. As you can see now, we are coming out of the pits onto a set of intermediates, getting a slight bit of oversteer, and now coming out of the pits and settling in P13. I think that is kind of, like I've said this many times before, but the preview window I get is so small. Well, as you can see now, cutting a few laps forward, we're actually going to wait down the inside of Sainz into turn 3, the corner that we were infamous for locking up. We've now turned into an overtaking corner, which is a pretty nice recovery. And coming through turn, is that 5? I believe that's 5. We're on to lap 23 now. Nothing really happened, it was just a dead part of the race. But as you can see now, Ricciardo and Kvyat going side by side, slowing them down massively. You can see the track has dried almost completely now. Almost getting ready to pit for the ultra softs. Down the inside of Kvyat, almost hitting the back of Ricciardo, but finally we have got the position back on Kvyat that we lost due to the front wing change that we did as we go. That wasn't a good start. Oh god, what has gone on there? Oh dear. I kind of wish I didn't press flashback because I was interested to see what was going to happen there. But as you can see now, the blue line is telling us to pit, which is going to be for the ultra soft tyres. Thank the Lord we are actually going to get to pit for ultra softs for once. I was starting to get worried that the track just wasn't going to dry enough in time for us to get an ultra soft run. But finally we are able to run on dry tyres, which is just oh my god. Lose so much time to Ricciardo, but at this point we're not even fighting for points, I believe. Are we? Apparently from the number I can see we're in P18. Now, you can probably see a lot clearer than me, so if that's not P18 then I'm sorry, but that's what it looks like to me. But yeah, we actually got DRS, which is pretty nifty, although there's fuck all anyone near us. As we cut to the last lap now, Lewis Hamilton has won the Grand Prix. Bit of a dreadful race, then a boring race, yellow flags. I believe that's Alonso going around for a puncture. We're about to find out now, is it? Yes, that is Alonso. He got the puncture while he was still on the lead lap at turn 3. He went a full lap down by the final corner. So, Fernando Alonso, everyone. Somehow we managed to scramble 1 point out of that P10. Starting P5 we showed a lot of promise, but unfortunately the wet conditions are just not my weather really. Hopefully, I mean, some of the next few tracks
A
like
great win
Bahrain,
there for the
we
Mercedes
know it's
team
just not
today.
going to rain at Bahrain, and Bahrain is one of my favourite tracks, so
Anthony, what do you think
hoping
made the
for a good
difference
result
here?
there. China,
They played the safety
China
car
is
to
known
absolute perfection.
in Korean
There are
mode at
so
least
many
for
factors
being
to worry about
quite a
once
wet
the race
race
is
with changeable
neutralised.
conditions,
Do you
so
skip the fresh rubber? Do you have the
there's
space
another one
behind
to
you? How much fuel can you
totally not
save? If you answer
sarcastically
all
look
of those
forward to.
questions correctly,
Grosjean
you'll have a good
is
chance.
celebrating.
That's exactly what
I
happened
don't
today.
know why. I mean,
Here come our winning drivers then, out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand
can't
Prix.
be asked.
The drama and
Really
excitement
can't. That
are
was
over,
a
and it's
horrible
time to
race
let
to
it
do.
all sink in.
Like,
Congratulations to
that
our
race should
top
have took
three
40
today.
minutes. It took me 2 hours to complete just because I just kept getting bored of locking up everywhere. So I just went and watched YouTube in between because I just didn't have. This was on the first day of the game as well. This is when I was supposed to play the game the most, and I just
And
couldn't
now
be
let's
bothered.
take a look at the drivers'
But,
standings.
yeah,
Lewis
we are
Hamilton
here,
takes over the
P10,
lead of the Drivers'
starting
Championship
P5.
after an excellent result. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver
What could
of
have
the
been?
day?
Lots of drivers
What
impressed me
could
today,
have been?
Crofty, but I'd say the one who impressed me the most was
Ah.
Daniel Ricciardo.
I
On to
mean,
the
Massa
constructors
finished
then.
fifth,
Mercedes
I believe,
moves to the
so
top of the table.
that's
After all that excitement,
10
it's time for a
point,
lie down,
11
I think.
points for the
Thanks for
constructors,
joining us, and
which
goodbye
isn't
until
too
the
bad,
next
I
race.
guess. I mean, could have been more, but yeah, you know, 11 more than, well, I say 11 more than expected. We should have had way more, but that was the race, I guess. I mean, I can't sit here and complain, really. That's just how it went. Hopefully we don't have any more wet races for the entire season, otherwise I'm just going to retire on lap 1 because I can't even iterate how horrible that was to drive. Like, we're getting resource points, but to be honest, I was just gone at this point. Like, as soon as we crossed that line, I just walked out because it was terrible. And we're getting beat by Felipe Massa. We're underperforming. We're not underperforming because we're still in the green, but it's just not gone well, has it? We're getting career score, but who gives one about career score? Like, why is it even a thing? Like, you can't go on Twitter and say, oh, I have more career score than you, unless you've Vapid Q with 72 days of game time.
Indeed it is.
But
And
we're
Mr.
meeting Jonathan here, but
He's
I'm
gonna
just
take
going to
the drive
speak
home
over
to
him
his
because he's a complete nonce. And he's holding Emma Jenkins hostage, as you can see by the bruises on her collarbone and the faces. Faces, she only has one face, but clearly Mr. Jonathan over here thinks she has plenty and likes to punch, I guess, or maybe he's kind of a more violent lover, but I'm just talking shit at this point because 9 minutes into a single commentary, I never thought I'd be able to do one without splitting it up, but to be honest, to last 9 minutes without a single cut is a record for me, I guess. I mean, we've gone from talking about how we're struggling in wet conditions to talking about how Emma Big Tits has an abusive boyfriend, or maybe he's a pimp. That's a theory and a half right there. But enough about enough about pimps. More about the actual point of the game. F1 cars. You got a choice. I ended up picking the overtake challenge at Silverstone. I believe it's 12 overtakes we have to get for this. For this challenge, sorry about this weird gap thing. I don't know if you noticed it, but just then my mic cut out for some reason. But yeah, like I was saying, we had to get 12 overtakes at Silverstone Short Circuit in the 96 Williams, I believe it is. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I have turned on the assists. This was on the first day, and I didn't know if I could drive classic cars without assists. I can now, but I didn't know at the time. Also, one thing I've noticed is you can't rapidly downshift. You have to like press it, wait a second, press it, wait a second. You can't like spam down the gears, which is a bit annoying considering that's mainly how I drive. Not over rev the engine, but quickly go down the gears. But I guess for some reason you can't do this in this car. But yeah, I think this is our third overtake now I found this challenge quite enjoyable, to be honest. This car is so rewarding to drive at this circuit as well. This is, considering people said the short circuits weren't going to be that good, I actually really enjoyed this track. It feels like a rewarding track to drive. Well, in this car especially. I think in any classic car, I'm not so sure about modern cars, I haven't tried this track in modern cars, but in classic cars it definitely feels a lot more rewarding to drive. But anyway, back on topic, well, we're kind of on topic, but still, making overtakes still, again, I have fuck all idea how many overtakes we're on, because, like I said before, about 17 times, the preview window is minuscule, and I can see we have 2 minutes and 10 seconds, we probably don't even have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, but that's what it looks like. Or not, now we have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. But yeah, we're right on this McLaren's arsehole, where we're going to go into turn 1, down the inside of Ayrton Senna, or at least people think it's Ayrton Senna. People just call it Ayrton Senna's McLaren, even though I don't know whose team it was at the time. But he didn't just drive that car, you know. It's like saying, oh, there's Hamilton's 08 McLaren. It's not his McLaren though, is it? Like, someone else drove that car as well. But apparently you're only relevant in that car if you win the World Championship, so nice one F1 community for really putting us on the map. I think we just hit 10 overtakes with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. I can't see it going down to the wire. I mean, we got 2 guys ahead of us. We've over a minute left, which is about 1 lap. Coming into turn 1 now, clipping the apex beautifully. We're going to go and try around the outside before turn 2. Sorry if I'm saying turn 2, not the actual corner names. I don't know many. I know Maggots and Beckett's and Stowe and Chapel and Farm Curve. I mean, I know the names, but I don't know. Well, I've stayed around Maggots and Beckett's. That's like on the 4th time I coughed during this commentary. But yeah, I know the corner names, but I don't know where they are. Like, literally, I just said I know where Maggots and Beckett's are. I think that's the most obvious one. Farm Curve is turn 2 or turn 4. One or the other. But as you can see there, past the target, into the green. 12 seconds left. I was just thinking, what if I just block this guy and it counts as an overtakes? So with 10 seconds left, I went balls to the wall, down the inside. Actually, perfect corner. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just, I don't think that overtake counted. But we absolutely smashed the targets. But anyway, that's been episode 1 of Career Mode. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment for any feedback or anything, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all at China for episode 2.